I know an old person sometimes half hour, 40 minutes late. Hopefully you can now see this. There are see that. Anyway, while there's an I will actually talk about the show. We're seeing Darwin, chapter 8. The main point relates to everybody can see that. That shows you how it is on the freebie version stream lately, plus my Wi-Fi connection. Now we will stop sharing. Everybody can freeze theoretically on that little puppy. Continuing on with chapter 8 and doing a source analysis, since nobody people are very Eric as well. Has built into lots of different men that there is a book out there that lacks a reference information in it, or copy it. Go ahead and construct an analysis of it. That was so the process for everybody else. More mutation rates. We've already of a problem he's got with mutations, and others above my pay grade have noticed these confusing mutation germline versus paternal rates, and overestimating things in order to try to time frame in. It's a mess. Point is that the little bits of he's dribbling out here are also not helping his case any if you went to the trouble of actually looking. So we've got a 2016 paper there's the chronology that he wants would be with these data. There's a that up. Apparently, there may be no to see. Which Denson recommends as a helpful without discussion. In fact, it's yet another indication of the line of argument constructs working out Okay, we're back on. Yipes, slight delay. Okay, remember, I'll be sticking all the links into the piece, so even if it's just a couple minutes long, we're at 4 minutes 19 seconds. That will be enough for me to attach to once it finalizes on here. I apologize for being an old fart. I look at her beautifully constructed things with all the cute little razzle images and the nice screen share. Early days. Thousands of views in a small little year. Doing more than on anyway, Okay. On the supply and demand and metabolism, really interesting biology. Then free radicals and how we're draining the creation of the biology, which is quite true, as if that were an inner of design. Bell even handles a bit of evolution. One, they're also that designed Heme trope, so I'll be putting all up onto that. I'm giving a little teaser here while I'm still on about Nathaniel Jensen and how he jumps off the cliff. Two Rocks for their Volume 2 book regarding the Odom hoax, this supposed record creation of myth that we in the 19th century. Jensen has sidled out onto the gangplank in the last couple of years, alluding to this as forgery. And why? Because his genetics supposedly indicates that the Native Americans were arriving in the New World only 200 or 300 AD. Some reports month or so the very flood legend and creation stories relate to flood stories that are being adduced by creationists as supporting Noah's Ark, and picking off the most important ones, China and Australia, Americas and others, and they are quite what everybody is studying, and that is expanded. I was intending it to be an info box, but it's going to be big enough that it'll actually be a full appendix at the end of the work, and I think it'll be a really nice for everybody that's wanted to kind of navigate legendary accounts. The biggest one that had previously was that's like 15 years old, and there is under the bridge a lot of these matters, and a lot of the side material that wasn't available easily 15 years ago is now available on pathetic little internet like me that can't afford to buy the fancy stuff and that do everything freebie. So all of that will be in there. We'll let this finalize. Sorry if there's anybody in the chat, although I wouldn't expect anybody this late to have popped up on here. I can't see you because the chat hasn't loaded up, but at the very least this will give a message online that I'll be able to put in the information for the papers and that you can load in, and then we will hopefully see you next week. Maybe I need to pick a different time than 7 o'clock, but I'm stubborn. I want to stick with the fixed time, and it may be that there's just a clog of people popping in. Sometime I had to do this time where I reloaded the thing after it already set up. Can't connect, and then I just shut down and reload from scratch, and then it popped right in. So I don't know what's going on with this kind of a thing. I'm a pathetically old man who's working my scholarship, but thank you everybody who has continued to help. Also on to Ukraine, going on over there, and everybody standing up hopefully to make sure that things just escalate into a third world war, or that the Ukrainians get sold down the chute. I'm crossing fingers that the international resolve here is going to meet. Putin ain't going to be able to get away with that. Reestablishment of the imperial Russia has been his obsession, and a bunch of right wingers, including the people. So politics, religion, in my project. This is not some academic hypothetical enterprise. This actually the real world. So see you next week. Everybody stay safe. We're sliding the COVID thing, Washington State, and most of the that are going on as well. If you have ready to do so, if you guys be careful and don't accept penguins. So catch you next week, gang. We will end the stream.